Let's talk about the new release from Versace, and this is Versace Eros Energy. Let's get this bad boy over here. We don't need the box. Look at that bottle. That is a nice bottle. I don't care if you don't like Versace, this is a nice bottle. It looks great. It looks like the other Eros bottles, but it's nice and yellow and bright. And it still has that Medusa. I love the Medusa. I love Versace branding. Now, I think this fragrance does some great things. I think Versace really did, but there are a few things, not a few things, there's one thing that I just don't like, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. All right, let's spray this bad boy here. I don't wanna get sprayed in the face. We'll do 3, I like to do 3 on the arm. There we go. I'm trying not to spray directly in my mic. We'll save the mic spray for later. Right off the rip, you can smell it. It's a little bit strong and it just hits you right off. Blood orange, lemon, grapefruit, lime, mandarin, orange, Sicilian, bergamot, pink pepper, white amber, blackcurrant, oakmoss, patchouli, and musk. So right up top, you get just completely assaulted by an explosion. I can't even talk. By an explosion of citruses. And yeah, as you expect, all the common citruses are there. You get bergamot, you get mandarin orange, you get snozberry, But there's one star of the show here. There is a star citrus that I believe this fragrance is completely just built around. And no, it is not pineapple. It's not even a citrus, that's a fruit. It is lemon. This fragrance, Versace Eros Energy, is a lemon bomb. If you don't like lemon, you're probably not gonna like this fragrance. I'm gonna say that right off, but if you do like lemon, chances are this is gonna be a star for you. Now, if you're wondering the lemon in this fragrance, it does not come off as like cleaner. This is not like a lemon pledge cleaner fragrance. The lemon to me in here is almost like a sweet and sour candy. Have you ever had lemon heads candy? Because that's what this reminds me of. And as we all know, I love me some lemon heads, but you get the lemon head candied vibe. It's like a candied lemon. Yes, it's tart and sour, but there's some sweetness there, and it's probably from some of the other fruits, some of the other citruses like the snozberry and the orange that probably give it that roundness, right? From being too over the top citrusy, too over the top. What am I talking about? It is citrusy, or it even has a little bit of like a lemon sorbet vibe. We're gonna say sherbet, but that kind of vibe, like that ice cream lemon, not overly sweet gourmand, but it has a little bit of that tart sweetness, like an Italian lemon shaved ice. Who's had that? We've all had that. And if you haven't had that, then you're missing out, buddy. Let's give it a good smell here. Really nice. I really enjoy this. I'm not getting the hate. So, as this fragrance starts to dry down, it does get a little bit woody. Not too overly woody, but there's a little bit of woody in there. And I'm also picking up some patchouli, just a little bit, and red currant. Is it red currant or black currant? There's currant in here. We're gonna go with black. I don't even know if there's a red currant, all right? Maybe red curry, but there's black currant and it comes out. I actually, you know what? So I used to not like the note of black currant, but lately I've been enjoying it. I don't know, it just smells so good. I can't get enough. I gotta just do a crazy one. Get it in your lungs, boy. Before we press on to the dry down, I want to point out one thing. Now, I've been noticing this with a few designer brands, and I don't know why this is happening. Can you see the bottle? Look very close up. Lately, and this has happened to me with a few different brands, and I'm not going to name them, but the bottles aren't like filled up all the way. I've done about like 5, 6, maybe 20 sprays of this. I haven't done this much, but this bottle came like where it already looks like it's missing like 10 ml, 5 ml. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't know if it's like an accident or if they're strategically doing that, thinking people won't notice. Okay, back to the dry down. Now at this stage of the fragrance, this is where things get interesting, right? This is where the cons come in. This is where the arguments come in and people don't like it and they're saying blah, blah, blah. At this stage of the fragrance, as it really starts to dry down, what does it turn into? Well, people say that this turns into Creed Aventus. Now at this point, I would say not all of you, but a lot of you should be familiar with the Creed Aventus DNA. To my personal nose, there are some slight hints of Creed Aventus in this, but honestly, I don't think this smells like Creed Aventus. I'm going on record saying that. It doesn't. If anything, it could possibly be like an Aventus flanker, maybe reminiscence. That lemon candy note is just too prominent. It just really is. Creed doesn't have that. I think if you own Creed Aventus, I don't think, honestly, this is too redundant to buy. But if you also own oh my God. If you also own Creed Aventus, then probably you're a different consumer that isn't gonna be buying a designer fragrance in general. That being said, if you don't own Creed Aventus, I think this smells better. I'm going on record saying that too. I just think this smells better than Creed Aventus. Here comes the hate. Let's start the hate. First off, Creed Aventus is pineapple and smoky woods. This has zero smokiness to it. There's none in there. It has a little bit of the woodiness, but think about this. Okay, if we're gonna compare this to Creed Aventus, for those of you, I'm being serious. Let's be serious. For those of you that are actually connoisseurs of the Aventus, right? I don't wanna say Aventus snobs, but I'm gonna say it. But you know your batches, right? You collect the different batch codes of Aventus. This, to me, is if you took like the fruitiest batch. Take the fruitiest batch of Aventus, and that fruitiness is what's similar to this if you replace it with heavy lemon, right? That smokiness is not here. So if you are a fan of Aventus, but you don't like the smokiness, this might be a better choice for you. This might be a Can we not talk today? I don't know. Harold, just turn the video off then. I'm sick of it. Everyone's critiquing and yelling. And no, this doesn't smell like Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armoff. Maybe it's, like I said, like it could be a flanker. I think this just smells better. I think this DNA is modernized for the younger market. I think it smells a little bit better. It takes that adult, mature smokiness out, which some people love. I don't mind it. I like Aventus. I'm not huge into it. Personally, for that DNA, this one works better for me. It just does. And if I really had to compare this to a fragrance, I mean, let's be honest here. I think this smells closer to like Mancera's Cedrat Boisé mixed, and I haven't heard anybody say this, mixed with Mancera's lemon lime. So if you've, not lemon lime, lemon lime. It's like a striped bottle. It smells like lemon. It smells like this. So this smells like that candied lemon and lemon lime mixed with Cedrat Boisé, which sort of smells like Creed Aventus, right? But I think this smells closer to Cedrat Boisé mashed up with lemon lime, and the far dry down, you get reminiscence. It changes a little bit, almost to like a Mont Blanc Explorer, which is a dupe of Creed Aventus. So yes, to sum it up here, this has reminiscence of Creed Aventus DNA, like tons of fragrances do, but not enough to be redundant to buy it. And if you don't have any of those, I would choose this over Club de Nuit Intense Man. I would not choose this over Cedrat Boisé. That being said, I think you'll pull more compliments with this. I think a younger audience will like this better. Does that clear it up a little bit here? But what is this? I mean, it's an amazingly fresh, ultra bright, citrusy lemon candied fragrance that Versace dropped. And I think it's perfect in their line. Now, does this smell like the other Eros? Nothing like them. I don't smell the Eros DNA in this at all. So if you love Eros and the different flankers of that, you might be sad because you're not gonna get that in this, but I think this is the perfect addition to their line. And I think this is a great addition to the designer market. Now, what do I not like about this fragrance? Something dropped the ball, and it has nothing to do with the smell of this fragrance. It's just the release window. And it's a minor gripe, but if you're into fragcom and you like collecting fragrances and you've been waiting for this, it was just like a ridiculous sloppy release, right? Like Versace teased this in like what, May? April even? Like this is a summer fragrance. This is a lemon summer spring fragrance. This should have been released right in June, right ready for July. When did this come out? This came out in September. This came out so late. Yes, I know Australia got it first, and I think Europe got it first, but I don't know, but we didn't get it. The United States, we didn't get this fragrance, and I know it's not all about us, but I'm just saying, for being a summer fragrance called Energy that has this type of smell, this DNA, it should be released. It should have been released in the summer. Not like, I don't want to wear this now. I'm getting ready for the fall. I'm getting ready for my boozy fragrances. I just think like they would have sold more of this. Like, yes, Fragcom bought it. All the serious people bought it, right? If you're waiting for it, you bought it. But for the mass, for the people that aren't sure, and you know, and they don't buy a lot of fragrances, this would have probably sold more, and you'd probably be more likely to buy it in the summer. This shouldn't be on the shelves with fall boozy releases. It's just my opinion. That's where they dropped the ball. That's my gripe. That's the frag snob in me. That's the gripe. I think it's very versatile though. I mean, you can honestly wear this year round. Yes, the citruses are there where it's definitely gonna be better for summer. Now, I think if you do have Club de Nuit, or say you do have a Ventus and you like to wear that in the fall or winter more, because it has that smokiness to it, it does. This would be better on like a loose summer day. If you don't want to choke out everyone at the office, sometimes those can be potent, right? A Ventus can be overwhelming. I think this is better. This is better for office wear. I mean, the projection and the longevity are moderate as you'd expect, right? I would say 4 to 5 hours. And for the price point, which by the way is $115 for the 100 ml bottle, which is a little expensive for designers, but it's a really good price too. Because if you didn't know this, all the other designer fragrances are raising their prices. All the other brands like Prada, $170. All the Dior's are high. Everything is just in a higher field. When did this happen? When did designer fragrances say, hey, instead of charging $100, let's go up to $200? Like that's what niche fragrances cost. So this coming in at $115, I think is highly competitive for what else is on there in the designer market. And I think it's absolutely a steal, especially if you can find it cheaper, or if you wait a little bit, you might be able to find it on discounters. But the price point for what you get is really good. Office safe, you can wear this on dates. I think that, like I said, the opening is amazing. This is gonna be a huge compliment getter. I mean, as soon as I sprayed this right off, my son was like,
"Oh, Dad, that smells amazing in here."
And yeah, his voice sounds like that, and it's weird because he's like 20, but we'll talk about that in a different video. And if you do want to check it out, I'm gonna have some samples available on the Fragrance Channel Decants, my decant store. I'll have the samples there available, so go check that out if you do want to smell this and you don't want to pull the mustard. What does that even mean? If you don't want to pull the mustard, if you don't want to put mustard on your sandwich and buy the full bottle, then just get a sample first. I mean, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Overall, my final thoughts, I don't know, for what this is, for the market, like solid 9 out of 10, really. I mean, it just smells good. The opening's great. It's better than Club de Nuit Intense Man, which yes, is cheaper, but that's rising in price too. And for that price difference, 50 to 100, I'd rather buy this for 100. And the bottle looks cool. And I like Versace, and I wish I could afford, you know, their 6 silk shirts. Who knows? There's a bomber jacket that has my name on it. I'm buying it. I don't care. I don't care if it's gonna break my bank, bro. I'm buying it, all right? I was just joking. I'm not buying it. Calm down. Well, why can't I buy the coat? I'm buying the coat. And the silk shirt. I'm just joking. I'm not joking. Who would wear something like this? Like, I don't know, a complete, like, boy would wear this. Can I say that word on the air? We're not even on the air. I can't, no, that's not who would wear this. I think this can be worn by everybody, right? Maybe a younger audience. Okay, older audience, go with Aventus. Go with Club de Nuit. Younger, when I say younger, I mean like, I don't know, 40 and under. I mean, my dad would love this. He would. He's like 70. He'd dig this. I just think if you want to smell good and you want to get attention, this is a good choice. All right, let's get some food, man. What are we gonna eat today? How about like pizza with stuffed crust, Detroit style? You know what? I'm sick of New York style pizza. I do like it. I'm sick of Chicago too, which I do like that. But I'm saying Detroit style pizza takes the cake. It takes the pizza, all right? Pull the mustard on that, Jerry. Sick of you. Always talking shit about your pizza. No one likes your pizza. What are you gonna do? Come here, get some white sauce pizza, put some olive oil on it. I like that too. I like it all.